Guth Gafa International Documentary Festival attracts award-winning films and filmmakers from all over the world. This year, the festival takes place on the Inishowen Peninsula and has partnered with Derry, Londonderry City of Culture. Over 4 days, 30 films will be screened, one of which is Jerry Rothwell's Town of Runners.
Ethiopia dominating over 10,000 metres once more. Tirnes Dibaba finally claiming the Olympic gold medal with gold for Dibaba.
በዓለም ላይ ታዋቂ የሆኑትን እነኝን እኔ ጋር ሰርተዋል። ሌሎቹ እንግዲህ አዲስ አበባ ውስጥ የሚገኙ ክለቦች ብትሄድ የወቀጅ ልጅ ነው በብዛት ሁሉ የኔ ናቸው። እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን።
Jerry, the town of runners of the title is an Ethiopian town called Bikoji, from which a number of extraordinary runners have come.
As soon as you look into Ethiopian running, you realise that a lot of the great kind of medal winners come from this small town of 16,000 people high up in the Ethiopian highlands. So we basically made contact with the coach there, a man called Coach Sentayu, and took it from there.
It'd be very easy to make a film about the big names, who are the heroes of the village. But you actually chose 3 complete unknowns, young people, to follow. So you've 2 girls, Howie and Elemi, and a boy, Baruch.
So I wasn't so interested in making a film about the famous runners or about the best runners, the best young hopefuls in the town, and more interested in finding young people who would take us into the life of the town. Fairly early on we met Howie and Elemi, these 2 girls, and they had a very close friendship, and it felt to me that their friendship took us out of the world of running. So that was really why they became the sort of main subjects of the film. And then Baruch, as you say, ran this kiosk that's on the main road into town. Baruch became the kind of narrator in the film.
ከሱቁ አቅራቢያ ትልቅ ነገር እየሰሩ ነው። እንደሚመስለኝ ከሆነ ለሞባይል ስልክ ታስቦ ነው። ነገር ግን አላማውን የሚመታ አይመስለኝም። ምክንያቱም እዚህ ማንም ስልክ ያለው የለም።
They have a track in the town that they have to dig out every year in order to make it runnable on. You know, there's no surface to the track. It grows over in the rainy season. The grass grows across it, and they're out there with whatever tools come to hand and spend 3 weeks, I think it is, digging the track out. If you're going to progress as an athlete, you need to get into a club, and when you're in a club, you'll get a subsistence wage, but you'll have to be away from home. Sometimes you'll have to leave school and you won't get back into school, so you're really giving up your education for your running, and that's what happens to both Howie and Elemi.
ጊዜያችን በተቻለ መጠን በትሬኒንግ ነው የምናሳልፈው። 3 ቀን ከኮች ጋር ነው የምንሰራው።
Elemi goes to a club that's okay. It sort of has the basics, whereas Howie goes to a club where there's no community support for it. They can't pay the wages. They can't even feed them. Yeah.
አንሶላ ምናምን ይሄንን ብቻ ነው የፍራሹን ብቻ እንሰጣቸዋለን። በራሳችሁ እንትን አንሶላ ምናምን ይዛችሁ ነው ተብሏል፣ ድሮኑ ተናግሯል። እና በራሳችሁ ሁሉንም እስከምትሄዱ የሚቸግራችሁ ነገር አንዳንድ ጠይቁ።
It's interesting as well, Howie's mother says, yeah, the choices are education or running. And then as a third, and it's a poor third, marriage.
Yeah.
It's like, if all else fails, she can marry.
Yeah, I mean, that was repeated by lots of people in the town regularly. You know, they've either got to stick at their education, or they've got to succeed in running, or they've got to make a good marriage, if they're a girl. Yeah.
It's interesting because it's called Town of Runners, but it's about so much more. It's actually very much about the community and how tight that community is and how supportive it seems to be.
Yeah, I think it's a community that sort of defined itself by running now. So that in other parts of Ethiopia, it might be quite hard for young girls to be allowed by their parents to train and to run. Whereas in Bikoji, it's seen as a completely acceptable thing for young girls to do. And I think that sort of shifts the relationships between men and women in the town. You know, running has made those relationships much more equal, which is interesting.